I want my life to make a difference. I want my life to make a change. I want my life to do some good here. I want my life to make a change. Working side by side.
This week, God is gathering different cultures, different experiences, different circumstances, meshing us all together so that we could bring about a bold taste of the good news, so we can be dished out in communities all over New Orleans. And the good news is God needs your ingredients in his gumbo. If you're excited about the gospel, or if you have more doubt than you have faith, if you're unapologetically Christian, or got more questions than answers, if you have no faith from a different faith, or you've got great faith, well then I want to say to you, welcome. You are exactly where God wants you, in his pot of gumbo. God bless you.
Well, one of the walls that divides us is distance. So it was amazing to see so many people coming from so far just to be at the gathering.
When we were all in the Superdome and there was like a slow song or any type of song going on and they told us to hold up our phones, we all have like different cell phone plans and different kinds of cell phones and different colors, cell phones, whatever, but it was like Jesus like came in all of us and like put it all together and like we were all united.
I think one of the major ways was to see all the interaction between the youth and the adults. Also to hear the speakers every night at the Superdome. They were very inspiring of just starting off one little area in their communities, and what a wonderful thing they can do to have togetherness and make a difference in their community's life.
So my name is Nadia Boltzweber. I am a pastor in the Evangelical Lutheran Church in America. Maybe you heard of that. And when people meet me and they're like, so what do you do? And I say, I'm a Lutheran pastor, they're never like, oh, that makes sense. They go, what do you do? And I'm like, I'm a Lutheran pastor. And they look at me like I'm lying or I'm joking, generally. And it's weird because it makes me feel like people have this idea of what Lutheran looks like. And I'm here to say sometimes people are wrong, right? I am a flawed person. I should not be allowed to be here talking to you, but you know what? That's the God we're dealing with, people. This is a God who has always used imperfect people. This is a God whose loving desire to be known overflowed the heavens and became manifest in the rapidly dividing cells inside the womb of an insignificant peasant girl in first century Palestine. This is a God who slipped into skin and walked among us full of grace and truth with sand between his toes, and who ate with all the wrong people and kissed lepers and touched the unclean and spoke through thirsty women and hungry men, and who from the cross did not even lift a finger to condemn the enemy, but instead said, I would rather die than be in the sin accounting business anymore.
I think one of the walls that we create is one that we have our first appearance and first impressions of people as we see them. And at first, with 33,000 Lutheran youth, it kind of like seemed like we were a closed unit, and we were walking through the streets and high-fiving one another. But eventually, there were two utility workers sitting at a stoplight who wanted high fives from our youth, and then as we passed police officers, they'd wave and say thank you for coming to our city. And we even had a businessman stop me in the middle of the street and ask what the high fiving was about, and then asked about our church and the gathering, and he was really interested, and he told me about his local church and where he attended. So that was breaking down walls.
One wall that I saw that broke was when everyone was high-fiving, they all had their hands by their side and everything, but I decided to go above and beyond, literally, and I stuck my hand up all the way up and made them jump for it to make it a real high five.
One way that I saw walls were broken was I met someone at the convention center down in New Orleans. He was all the way from Alaska. We had no idea of what we knew of each other. We had no idea about anything of each other. And we had the exact same kind of interests. We did the exact kind of thing. He was weird, exactly like I was, and I felt like I actually had a friend there. It was exactly like me, and I was glad that walls were broken down.
At the synod meeting, everyone was split into small groups, and the rest of my group all knew each other, but they were very friendly and they included me in the conversation.
We've got a little bit of an image crisis. We've got a bad reputation that we've earned. Somehow we've become known more for what we're against than what we're for, more for who we've excluded than who we've embraced. But I'm excited today because I think there's a new movement happening in the church, a movement of people who want a Christianity that looks like Jesus again.
So at New Orleans, they had many different styles of music. They had jazz, many different kinds of instruments used throughout the whole trip. And we even had a band called Switchfoot there that even Mr. Don got into. He was waving his hand up and down. So it was really cool to see all the different cultures of music come together for that week.
Well, one wall that I think that society creates is age boundaries, especially with the legal limit for what adulthood is, what childhood is. So when we went to our service project, which was reading books to children who were probably early elementary school age, I found that they really didn't care how old we were. They were just so glad that we were there and we got to help them. And I found that I was forgetting that I was an 18-year-old. I got to paint. When was the last time I got to paint with Q-tips or anything like that? So it was a really great learning experience.
We just ran through the rain after helping little kids learn how to read and read fast. It was a lot of fun.
Good. All right, what did you guys think about the whole thing?
It was a great experience, and I enjoyed it a lot, and it was very wet.
Yeah. There's like some major weather happening here. You can probably see. What did you guys think about the whole thing?
It was good. I like training kids. Help build on their reading skills.
Okay. Right on. Anybody else want to say anything?
Really cool that we were able to work with small children and read to them and do arts and crafts at the end of the afternoon.
Awesome. All right.
And the person that I read with was, she just had a beautiful speaking voice, and we would love you to read.
Cool.
Yeah.
Cool. What do you guys think?
Like one of the students more than everybody else, like we kind of related to each other. I liked the children because they were all nice, and the person who I read with, he knew how to read really well, and it was kind of fun, like helping him sound out words that he didn't know.
Awesome. Vince, what do you think?
I thought it was an incredible experience reading to children who haven't read before.
Awesome. Anita, what did you think, Miss Anita?
Oh, I had a great time. Got to meet Christian, and we learned about Mount Rushmore, and we got to draw art, and he helped me learn how to draw a frog. So it was great. It was kind of like two-sided.
Awesome.
I want my life